Take two. I originally did a video, but my partner came and interrupted me. So, and I don't know how to edit yet, so I'm starting over. Full disclosure. This is Vinyl Vertigo, saying hello to the VC. This is kind of the day after the big storm. This is Sunday. Saturday, there was a major storm in this area. Well, all over the country, there's different storms happening, but we definitely had a major storm here yesterday that didn't stop raining for the most part all day Saturday, and part of today. It was windy today. Lost a little bit of power. That's why I wasn't at the, didn't stay long at Rachel's Ghost. And so I'll look at that later. I didn't participate in Rachel's Ghost today. Anyway, I'm going to show you some records. I'll just tell you, first of all, I went to a Christmas party last night, and but that was the only thing that really happened, other than, you know, I had a little bit of work yesterday, but I got a chance to listen to a lot of music, more than I normally do on Friday and yesterday and part of today. And some of it I listen to both sides of the record. Sometimes I listen to one side, and sometimes I skipped around. So I'm going to full disclosure. The first I'm going to show you a record that I picked up recently. Something that I didn't know much about this artist, and I don't remember my father having any. Hampton Hawes. This is Japanese press. I think it was recorded in Japan, and I think mastered and pressed in Japan. So it's got the kanji on the back. It's Hampton Hawes' only solo record. Apparently he's always worked with other artists as a leader, as also being part of a band, but this is his only solo project. So I was excited to pick this up, and so I'll be listening to it. I haven't listened to it yet, and it's in pretty decent condition. It cost about $5, you know, so it's pretty cheap. But I'm really happy to have it in really good condition. Then I want to show you the records that I got from the Wax. He sent me a package that I received day before yesterday, I think, and from his auction from last week. So he was pretty dutiful. He was really quick about getting things to everybody. And I got in the auction the new Oscar Pettiford. She's an Oscar Pettiford sextet with Julius Watkins, Walter Bishop, Charles Mingus on bass, Percy Bryce, and Phil Urso on tenor. Oscar Pettiford plays cello. So I'm happy to check this out. Never had anything by him. It's just an OJC, and it's in really good condition. So I just thought that'd be something for me to get. Also, George Shearing with the Montgomery Brothers, and I do love the Montgomery Brothers, all of them. So this is a really nice one. It's another OJC. So I'm happy to have that one. See that has the OB on there. And then I think he threw this in for me. Really nice of Wax to do this, for Rob to do this. James Booker, don't know much about him, piano player. And on this is him on piano and vocals. Alvin Red Tyler on tenor sax, James Singleton on bass, and John Vidakovich on drums. And this is on Rounder Records. I think it was produced in Canada, or pressed in Canada. So, and in that package, so I got those 3 records, but he also added in a record collector issue, some back issues of Record Collector. Really nice for them to throw these in there. Here's a Dylan one. And also a Neil Young. Copy of Neil Young. And if you notice, Ghosty Awards information is in this one. The Ghosty Awards nominees announced. So that's pretty cool. Thank you. Very happy to have those. And I'm going to go pause again. So what I've been listening to. Well, the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is this record. Mazzy was talking about this so much not too long ago, and I forgot how much I love this record, so I pulled it out of my collection to listen to it. And this has some really great songs. This is Stevie Wonder's Talking Book. It's a really nice pressing with the braille. It's a copy with the braille on the sleeve, which is really nice. So some of my favorite songs on here, everybody's favorite, you know, You're the Sunshine of My Life is on here. Maybe Your Baby, which is a song that was covered by Rufus featuring Shaka Khan, and they did a good version of that. You and I Can Conquer the World, which a lot of people have covered. Another song, You've Got a Bad Girl, which is the title track for one of the Quincy Jones albums as well. And I just played that on my show. Superstition, everybody knows Superstition. Blame It on the Sun, and also I Believe, Looking for Pure Love is another great song on here. And I Believe When I Fall in Love It Will Be Forever. This album is just amazing. From 1972, Talking Book, Stevie Wonder. That was a real fun listen. Went to France. My mom's favorite singer, Charles Aznavour. And this is pretty, him singing in English, which is very rare. I don't have too many of him singing in English, but I like this one. Actually, I do have several of his in English. What am I talking about? He sang in several languages, of course, in French. He was kind of the French Frank Sinatra. And it's got a really, I don't know this album that much, and I just listened to the first side, and it was really fun. I have to clean this because it needs to be cleaned. I didn't clean it before playing it, so I took it off because I was really worried about my needle, about my stylus. So I need to deep clean this before I play it any further, because it definitely had some noise going on in this record. But I picked this up pretty cheap. I think it was like for $1 or something like that. This is Aznavour. It's a really great cover, cover with the great painting of Charles Aznavour singing. Fleet Foxes. And this is a 2008 release. This includes the Sun Giant EP, so it has all the songs. This is like the first record, I believe, plus the EP together on this record. So it was really nice to get this. You can get this pretty much everywhere, like Barnes & Noble or Target. I think Barnes & Noble mainly. You can get it pretty cheap. It's a really good, I think it's a 180. It's two records, I think they're 180 weight, you know. It's really good stuff if you like good harmonies and good, this is kind of alt rock, but it's very, almost like folk rock kind of stuff. Fleet Foxes, very harmonic, very heroic, I think, sounding too. So I like it. If you do like Mumford & Sons and stuff like that, they're a little bit quieter than Mumford & Sons, but it's in that kind of vein. So I would definitely check them out if I were you. Good stuff. Fleet Foxes. I love the cover. The cover's great. And there's the inner. Not that interesting, but good packaging on it. And they came with poly-lined sleeves, which is always a good thing. So I listened to most of this. Another one, I have to thank Manzi for getting me to pull this out of my collection. Courtney Pine. I listened to the whole thing of this one. And I haven't listened to Courtney Pine in, it's been a while. But he's a really good saxophone player. This is Journey to the Urge Within. And the first side is just killer. It's just really exciting to listen to. You know, especially for more of a modern record. I think this is from the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. It may be from the late 80s, but I don't see the date on this. But it's definitely not a 40s or 50s kind of thing. But it's got that energy. It smokes. It's really good. Good stuff on here. And yeah. And this is like one of those records you can find relatively cheap. But it's a fun listen. I know I showed this record recently. Singer-songwriter by the name of Song. I played it again, so I'm putting it in this list of things that I played. I bought this because I love the cover a while ago. I was impressed by the cover, the artwork, and I was not disappointed with the music. Some of my favorite songs on this is called Trust, and some of my favorite songs on here is Start, Figure Skating, I Won't. Riverbank is really great, and also Truce, another really great record. But the whole thing is really wonderful from beginning to end. But those stand out to me, those tracks. Son, and that's S-O-H-N. Son. Yeah. You will not be disappointed. Kind of reminds me of Simmel or Think, artists like that. If you like that kind of mellow type of kind of low energy but really intense music, I think you dig this, and really good singing and great lyrics as well. Mazzy again pulled this as one of his favorite reissues, not this particular pressing, but his favorite reissues for 2023 Bill Evans, Sunday at the Village Vanguard. I have this version. It's just Jazz Classics. I know he said get a certain pressing, but I like this one that I have. I'm happy with it. If I find something better, I guess I'll go with that. But right now, I'm dealing with this, and I listened to this, and it's really wonderful. I've had this in my collection for a while, and I was always going, what are people going so crazy over this record for? And then I played it, and I went, oh, yeah, I get it. And I love Pull Motion, so, you know, yeah, Pull Motion, yeah. So this is nice. Nice one. One of my father's favorite jazz singers, or even a pop singer, he was from the Barbados, if I'm not mistaken, and he's kind of sort of related to Wayne Shorter. Well, he's married to Wayne Shorter's, I think, sister-in-law, so they're kind of in-laws in a way. Oh, they were. This is John Lucien, and this is a promo copy with the sticker on it that you can't get off. And he's considered a jazz singer, but he's sung all kinds of stuff. He sings standards and stuff. In this record, he sings a lot of standards. When I Look in Your Eyes, The Shadow of Your Smile, of course, Love for Sale, My Cherie Amour, A Time for Us, The Sound of Music, How Insensitive. So right away you're going, oh God, singing standards. But if you hear this man's voice, you won't roll your eyes. He was really special. Baritone, very laid back, very smooth, very sexy. John Lucien. Always one of my faves. And you can get his stuff real cheap. Toots Thielmans, who I always thought when I was younger that he only played harmonica. But he plays multiple instruments, and on this record he plays electric guitar and harmonica. And on this record is Ray Bryant on piano, Tom Bryant on bass, Oliver Jackson Jr. on drums. And this was recorded in 1959. It was originally issued in 1960 on Signature label. And this is a promo copy. It's excellent. Yeah. Again, a lot of, not all, but a lot of standards, but done very well. Real pared down, real simple, but really nicely arranged. And not schmaltzy or cutesy or whatever. This is like jazz. It's really nice. It's the soul of Toots Thielmans. And again, you can find this dirt cheap. I did. Winding down here. I think I have about two or three more. Yeah. This one was nice. I got this a few months back. Frank West, who's a flute player, an alto and tenor sax player. And this is called I Hear You Talking. And it's Frank West with Thad Jones, Hank Jones, Curtis Fuller, Gus Johnson, Charlie Folks, and Eddie Jones. And it's just 5 tracks on here, but they're smoking tracks. I only listened to the first side, I Hear You Talking. a track called Liz, which is really nice, and also Boop P Doop. Boop P Doop. That's what it is, Boop P Doop. Nice liner notes on it. I hear you talking. And this is from 1984, so it's a later jazz release. This one's nice too. Stolen Moments. It was also called, it was not originally called Stolen Moments. It was called something else. I don't remember, but it's not Stolen Moments. I think it was called Train Whistle, if I'm not mistaken, but I have Stolen Moments. I guess this is just a repress and they just changed the name to go with the second side, but I think it was called Train Whistle, if I'm not mistaken, originally. And this is on Prestige. Eddie Lockdoor Davis Big Band with Clark Terry, Richard Williams, Bobby Bryant, either all those guys on trumpet, Melba Liston, Jimmy Cleveland, both on trombone, Oliver Nelson and Eric Dolphy on alto, George Barrow and Jerome Richardson on tenor and flute, Bob Ashton on baritone sax, Richard Wyans on piano, Wendell Marshall on bass, and Roy Haynes on drums. And it's got Stolen Moments on here. Let's see, Walk Away, Jaws, You're Too Beautiful, Hold Nelson, and Train Whistle. And I think, again, it was called Train Whistle. If you find this record with this name, it's not the original, because there is another name for this record. So anybody out there can put it in the comment section to tell me what the clarification is of this one. Yeah. And it's really good stuff, though. This was recorded September 20th, 1960. All right. And there's one more that I want to talk to you about. The one I talked the most about, I think, maybe. Just got this at Record Store Day, Black Friday. And this one is killer. I always get the Jazz Dispensary series. These are compilations put together by the Record Store Day people of either funk stuff or jazzy stuff, or they're usually mostly instrumentals. I've only experienced instrumentals, I think, with these, and they're really fun listens. The last Record Store Day, not the November one, but the one previous that had the Jazz Dispensary. That Jazz Dispensary, I wasn't that into. It was not that interesting. It kind of had Latin jazz in it, but it was not that. It was okay. It was meh. So I was a little skittish about getting this one, but I said I'm a completionist and I have pretty much all of the Jazz Dispensaries. Had to get this one, and I'm glad I did, because this one is a smoker. This one is called Movie After Movies. And these are, this corresponds with black exploitation films. Cool stuff. Melvin Van Peebles, Booker T and the MGs, Isaac Hayes, Charles Erlin, Steve Krantz Animation, Blackbirds. And what stood out to me was there two tracks by Ed Bogus and Ray Shanklin, who did the music for lots of animation, including the 70s adult animation called Fritz the Cat, which I remember my brother going on and on about, that I've never seen, and now I want to see it. To me, those are the exceptional tracks on there. The Riot and BJ Step by Ed Bogus and Ray Shanklin. Amazing. Love this. The inner talks about the movies a little bit and where the songs correspond with the films. If you haven't gotten this yet and you see this in the stores and they have a copy left over, I suggest you pick it up. Jazz Dispensary. It's amazing stuff. It's the one that's called At the Movies. And also, what's really special, look at that. Is that not nice? Very nice. But more than the color variant, the music, the product, the music on here is just outstanding. Outstanding. The Book of G's and MGs, I knew The Time Is Tight. I knew that piece right off the bat. I know the Melvin Van Peebles pieces, but the Ed Bogus and Ray Shanklin, I did not know. And I'm glad I do now, because I'm living for those. So this is definitely a keeper, and this is definitely something that you should check out. Well, this week on my show on WMNF 88.5 FM on Thursdays from 3 to 6 Eastern Standard Time, it's the week before Christmas, and so I'm going to be doing a show that has little traces of holiday music, but I'm still going to be playing my regular mix. I've already put a thing out on Facebook asking listeners what they want to hear. Do you want to hear an all holiday show, or do you want to hear like a mixture of stuff? And most people from the poll that I took said, no, just do traces. So I'm going to do traces, because I don't like to do a whole 3-hour show of holiday stuff. People have been hearing a lot of it, and they probably get overkill from it. So I'm going to mix it in with my regular mix. That should be lots of fun. And you should join me, 88.5 FM. You can also stream it. You can go online to www.wmnf.org and go to the schedule and click on Thursday Traffic Jam, All Souls Edition. And hang out with me. It'll be fun. Anyway, have a great day. Have a great evening. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon, maybe on Rachel's Ghost tomorrow morning. All right? Take care. Keep listening to great music.